and welcome to my channel, Crafting with Shuttermonkey. Today I'm going to be filming a couple of tutorials to help you make this crochet basket. I'm going to link the pattern to the basket below in the description, but when I do these tutorials I'm assuming that you already know how to crochet, but I will film the techniques that maybe you haven't come across before. The tutorials that I'm planning on filming today are how to crochet into back loops only, and also how to crochet into the front of a post and how to crochet into the back of a post. And I'm also going to show you where you should be crocheting into, the part you should be crocheting into when you're going to do these handles. Now, when I made my basket, I used some Rowan hand knit cotton and a 4.5mm crochet hook. Now this is listed on the Rowan website as a double knitting weight yarn, but I think it's a lot heavier than a double knitting weight yarn. I taught this crochet basket at a class, and the ladies that took part in the class, they brought along other brands of double knitting cotton yarn, and it was a lot lighter in weight than this stuff. So in the pattern, although I've used this, I've listed it as a worsted weight. It's just in case you go look at the Rowan website and you get a bit confused and you think, wait a minute, she told us to buy worsted weight. That's actually double knitting. It's not. It's a worsted weight yarn you should buy for it. At different points as well through the pattern, I will tell you what size the base of your basket should be. I will give you widths up for the base. If you get to certain points and your basket's slightly smaller or slightly bigger along the base, I wouldn't worry about it. The tension is not crucial as long as you're making a nice fabric that you're happy with. You don't want it to be too gappy and holey, but you also don't want it too tight that it's uncomfortable to work with. So use your own judgment with that bit. If it turns out slightly smaller or it turns out slightly bigger, it doesn't really matter. The only other thing that I have to mention before I jump into these tutorials is that this basket, the pattern, is actually written using UK terminology. I live in Scotland in the UK, so it's UK terminology I use when I'm writing up crochet patterns. Okay, so I'm going to leave that here and we're going to jump into the first tutorial, okay, which is going to be how to crochet into the back loops. If you don't need to watch all the tutorials, I will put little timestamps below and you can just jump to the tutorial that you need. Once you're finished crocheting the base of your basket, the next stage of the pattern will tell you to crochet into the back loops only. Now if this is something that you're unfamiliar with, I'll show you how to do that now. Normally when you crochet a stitch, you pick up both loops of that V, but this time you're only going to pick up the back loop, and you would carry on working all the way around, crocheting into the back loops only. Now as I said before, normally you would work into both loops of the V, but for this round only, it is the back loops only. And I'm just going to carry on and work a few more stitches and let you see how it's looking. And that's you. That is how you work into the back loops only. And as you can see, your front loops here have been left unworked, and this helps your basket to turn when you start to work the sides. Normally when you crochet a stitch, you work into both loops of this V at the top of your previous round. But when you're going to work around the front of a post, you would actually pick up the post and put it onto your hook rather than picking up the loops of the V. To work a treble stitch around the front of the post, you would wrap your yarn once around your hook and then you would pick up that post from the front and then work your treble as normal. Now I'm just going to show you how to work those trebles a couple more times. So to start with, wrap your yarn, pick up the post from the front and then work your treble as normal. And one last time, wrap your yarn and then pick up that post from the front and work your treble as before. And that is how you work a treble around the front of your post. Now I'm going to show you how to work a treble around the back of the post. And this time, rather than picking up your post from the front, you would pick up the post from behind. And I'm just going to show you that again another couple of times. So you wrap your yarn and then you pick up that post from behind and finish working your treble stitch as normal. And one last time, pick up that post from behind again to work your treble from the back. Here you can see the difference between working into the front of the posts and working into the back of the posts. And if you carry on working around the front of the posts and the back of the posts as detailed in your pattern, the side of your basket will end up looking like this with this lovely woven style design. When you need to work into the underneath of your handles, it's these stitches here underneath the handle that you're going to be working into. This was originally chain stitches, and as you can see, you still have the bottom loop of that chain stitch that you can work into. So it's these loops that you pick up with your hook and work into to work the first round of the underneath of the handles. So you will work around this bit here for round 1 of the underneath of your handles, and then you will work all the way around the full inside of the handle for round 2, and all those details are in your pattern. And that is how you complete the underneath of your handles. You work these stitches here for round 1 and then all the way around to finish off. Hello there, I'm back again. I hope you found those tutorials useful and they help you crochet in your own basket. Now, just before I sign off, just before I leave, I would like to show you another couple of sizes of these baskets. I've adapted the pattern to make smaller sizes and they all nest inside one another. So there's a little one here, tiny, tiny, tiny one. So that's the smallest size. And there is also a middle size one. I've just popped that little one inside. So they all fit inside one another, they nest when you're not using them. And I'm just going to pop these back inside the biggest one. And there we go. So now that you know how to make one crochet basket, you can go adapt the size and make yourself a little set of 3. Okay? I hope you enjoyed crocheting your basket and the tutorials were helpful to you. And thanks for watching. Bye.